If you're a mobile detailer trying to make some insane cash this summer, and I'm talking like 70 to 100 grand within the span of 4 or 5 months, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how we're gonna make that happen this summer without spending an insane amount on paid ads. And we're gonna do it with only 20 initial customers because we're gonna be maximizing what's known as LTV. This is lifetime value. I'm gonna show you how each of these 20 customers is going to end up being worth about $2,000 to $5,000 each over the span of the entire summer. First, here's why the hell you should listen to me, because I do know what I'm talking about. Here's my company. We're located just north of Austin, Texas. Over 200 5-star reviews, been in business for about 3 years. Here's a dashboard showing some money that we've made over the last year. That's just one of our payment processors. Don't trust everybody online that says they make money, but I make money. Here's my Instagram account. You know, we have a decent amount of followers there. And then here is a map of all of the students across the country that I coach and help with their businesses. And you can even look up some of the names there, but I'm not trying to sell you on the program. Here's what we're gonna get into. In order to make $100,000, we're going to only need to capture about 20 to 50 customers initially. Sounds crazy, but it's through LTV, lifetime value. And simply put, lifetime value is just going to be how much money does this customer pay you and how much money results from this customer over the span of them being involved with your services. In this case, we're just going to be talking in the frame of the summer. So the customers are going to be paying us again for a repeat subscription, but they're also going to be referring out their friends, and we're going to use network and affiliate marketing to make sure that each of these customers has the maximum amount of LTV for our company. Like I said, between $2,000 and $5,000 per customer. Our entire foundation is going to be built on 3 things. There's 3 things that you should remember from this video. It's these. That's the review, the referral, and the repeat business. Because the most valuable thing for your customers isn't even the money they pay you, okay? Say you get $200 from a full detail from a customer. $200, you can go blow that in an evening with your girlfriend, with your family, with a friend, whatever the case may be. That $200 is not going to be the most valuable part of what we're doing. What's going to be the most valuable part is things that we use that customer for that turn into the next customer. The review, the repeat business, and then the referral network. We're going to be using network marketing, like I said. But first and foremost, you need to be only focusing on demand before you focus on supply, okay? If you're a detailer and you're not making 10 to 20 grand a month already, please, for the love of God, stop investing in new equipment. You don't need to continue getting new things that you think are going to make you more money because you don't have customers that are going to give you money. Okay, that is plain and simple how it is. So we need to focus all of our energy and attention toward the marketing and lead acquisition side of things, even though we're not going to be spending loads of money on paid ads, okay? Our entire focus over the next handful of months is going to be on customer acquisition, and we're going to build this incredible snowball effect that has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. We're going to start with the simplest of the 3 strategies I'm going to be giving you in this video. The third one is definitely the most powerful, but this is one you can whip up in the next 30 minutes. And this is taking advantage of SEO, that's search engine optimization. I'm not going to tell you to go build some fancy website. Instead, we're just going to take advantage of that exact same Google business profile that I showed you right here. I guarantee you about 70-80% of these dollars that you see generated from my company in the last year came from the Google business profile. Okay, very, very important there, because when somebody searches mobile detailing near me, Google is going to suggest the best possible options for them. The company with the most reviews, as a general rule of thumb, not always, but most of the time, is going to be suggested higher by Google, which means you're more visible to customers that are searching every single day for a car detailing service. And then also, if you have more reviews than your competition, the chances of you being able to charge higher prices and also convert more sales obviously go up. The problem is most detailers don't get enough reviews. I know detailers in my area, my competition, that have been in business for 3, 5, some even 10 years that haven't cracked 50 5-star reviews. And the amount of leverage that you have with a customer and raising your prices and upselling and being convincing goes down if you have less than 100 reviews. I guarantee it. I have been able to exponentially raise my prices and build the business that I want since I cracked that 100 review magic number. And the reason why people don't have enough reviews is they're not asking for them, but they're also not asking for them effectively. This is the freebie. You are going to print out a flyer that has a QR code on it that links directly to your Google business page. You're going to leave this flyer in the customer's car, but not for them to scan after the detail. Because my thesis around print media has always been simple. And that is the fact that print media does not inspire much action. Have you ever passed out flyers, left flyers on people's cars, on their doors, door knocked, all of those things, and realized, dude, I passed out 1,000 flyers and I got 2 calls? Okay, that happens because people look at print media, they look at a flyer, and they discard it. Very simply, they look at it and then it goes away. It's out of mind. What we're going to do is we're going to use this as a simple cheat sheet. I want you at the end of the detail to say, hey, excuse me, do you have your phone on you? Yes? Great. I have something for you. No? Would you mind grabbing it for me? I do have something for you. As soon as their phone is out, you pull out this QR code from inside their car where you left it, and you say, would you mind scanning this QR code and leaving us a review right now while I clean up my supplies, and then we'll take off. This leverages some simple psychology of doing the simple steps before the main objective. Okay, so think of it this way. If you're trying to motivate yourself to go to the gym, do you find it difficult to just say, oh my gosh, I have to go to the gym, and then you don't go to the gym? Instead, it's going to be much simpler to get yourself to the gym if you tell yourself, can I get in the car? Yes, I can get in the car. Can I turn my car on? Yes, I can turn my car on. Can I drive to the gym? Yes, I can. And by the time you're in the parking lot, you're going to feel like an absolute loser if you don't get in the gym. It's the same thing here. Do you have your phone on you? The simple steps have already been completed. Now it's going to be incredibly awkward for them to say, I'll do it later. Let me put my phone away. This has worked over the last year for my company and has exponentially grown our reviews. And like I said, that is going to snowball and compound into more customers. We don't have to acquire hundreds of customers from the start this summer. We just have to acquire a small handful and make sure we capture all of the value out of every single one of these people. And one of those value adds is going to be getting the review. Because like I said, the more reviews you have, the more business you're going to attract. It sounds crazy simple, but here's a way to make sure it happens 90 to 100% of the time. Next up is going to be the repeat business. I'm talking maintenance customers. You probably don't have enough maintenance customers on your schedule. If you don't have $10,000 a month worth of maintenance details, you're doing something wrong. And I don't say that to like put you down. I'm going to show you how to make that happen over the course of the next year or so. Every detailer that I know gets maintenance plans wrong because they put the customer in a box and they also shoot themselves in the foot. What I mean by this is simple. If your maintenance plan, the extent of it is just, hey, we have a monthly, a bi-weekly, and we also have a weekly service at different price points, obviously weekly being the cheapest. Two problems you could run into. Hey, I can't afford to pay for a detail service every month. That's too expensive. And that's going to be like a lot of people, right? It's really not that big of a deal if somebody can't afford to pay for a detail every month. A lot of our customers are once every 6 months. There's somebody that gets a detail once a year, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The other possibility is, say you have a rich client. They've got a bunch of nice cars. And you say, hey, let's do the monthly plan. Well, notice a trend about wealthy people. They're oftentimes more organized and cleaner than poor people. With that in mind, do you think that they're always going to need their car done once per month? Okay, they're not. I have loads of clients of ours that are very high-end, that are wealthy, that love our services, have left a 5-star review, that don't use us every month. So there's two possibilities of them shooting you down. One is I can't afford that. Two is I don't need it done that frequently because, hey, that's not even my daily driver. That Lambo, I drive it on the weekends. It's going to take 3-4 months before it's even worth getting a detail on. And I hand wash it myself on Saturdays with my son. You know, like that's a possibility. So instead, I structure my maintenance plans like this. I offer a weekly, a bi-weekly, a monthly, a bi-monthly, a once every 3 months, a once every 4 months, a once every 5 months, and a once every 6 months, and they all have discounted rates, okay? This is going to allow you to maximize the value of every single customer because 90% of people are going to be able to say yes to at least once every 6 months. This is making customer A become customer A again. You are getting their business again. And that's going to continue snowballing across time as you do good work for them and you build a relationship. So what I do is simple. I give my customers a custom price for their maintenance detail if it's within a 30-day time frame. If they schedule for a monthly, a bi-weekly, or a weekly, I look at how far away they live from our office and what level of service they need, and I give them a custom price, and then I then book them in under that custom price. I have a bi-weekly customer that pays me $110. I have another bi-weekly customer that pays me $90 every 2 weeks. The difference there is one lives farther away than the other, and one needs a little bit higher level of service than the other person. So I make it fully custom there, and then I just give a standard 15 to 20% off for any person that is going to book within that 2 to 6 month window. But here's how I pitch it. It's so simple to pitch maintenance details. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to sit there and question whether or not this customer is high-end enough or whether or not it seems like they would benefit from the service because all they have is a Toyota, so maybe not. Hit them with a very simple question at the end of the detail. How often do you like to have a clean car? Not how often do you want to detail, how often do you like to have a clean car? And a lot of people are saying, I get it done, once a quarter, once every 6 months or so. How does it sound if I tentatively put you on the schedule for June, 6 months out, or July, 6 months out, or 3 months out? And I'll give you 15 to 20% off. That'll be locked in. There's going to be no commitment. What I'll do is I'll send you a text a week before. I'll give you a call a week before, and we can move it around if we need, but we'll make sure that it gets done roughly around that 6-month mark. This is how you build, on average, over $10,000 a month worth of repeat business, because you might not have $10,000 a month worth of people that pay you every month, but it might average out over the course of a year. Our quarterly plan is actually our most popular plan, and we charge anywhere from $200 to $300 per visit for that. So those people are paying us roughly $1,000 per year for their services. If you can stack those up, you're going to have tens of thousands of dollars over the course of a year that pay you on recurring, so you don't always have to generate new leads. And I've been training my new manager on exactly how to do this. It's just a simple conversation you bring up at the end of the detail. You put minimal pressure on it. You give them a very low barrier to saying yes, so they say yes, and you offer enough value so they're happy about saying yes. And we have been, over the last 3 days, this week alone, we have closed another 5 people on at least a once per 6 month basis. I've got one that closed today actually on a quarterly plan. I have one that closed today on a monthly plan. And then I have 3 others that said between 4 and 6 months sounds awesome for us. Here's the final strategy that definitely has the clearest ROI out of all of the things I've said in this video. And we can actually track the exact return that this method generates. Think of it this way. Wouldn't it be nice if every customer that you serviced referred 5 of their friends or family or neighbors? Every customer has 5 people that call you afterward that end up booking a service. And each of those 5 people pay you roughly $200 on average, if that's your average full detail price. You're going to be making about $1,000 in referrals from each of your customers. Now think of it this way. That customer who referred 5 friends, what if each of their 5 friends also refer 5 friends? Here's a goofy little graph that I put together just on a sheet of notebook paper. You only need 20 customers, there's that number 20. You're only going to need 20 customers that each refer you 5 friends to make 20 grand. If each of those people refer 5 people, you're going to make another 100 grand. You're going to be at $120,000 in collective revenue if 20 people refer 5 people and each of those 5 people refer 5 people. That's only 2 levels of network marketing removed from that first person. Now, this does sound like a little bit of a pipe dream. It's not going to happen every single time, but I'm going to show you how you can almost guarantee that this happens for every single customer you service. It's not going to be by saying, hey, please text some friends or family, let people know about us, because that's such a loose way to market it. Instead, you need to build a very clear incentive structure and make it as easy as possible for your customers. Here's a nugget for you. A mentor of mine that I've paid lots of money to told me this. He said, show me the incentive structure and I'll show you the outcome. So we're going to reverse engineer that statement. I'm going to say it again. Show me the incentive structure, I'll show you the outcome. What's the outcome we want? The outcome is we want our customers to refer other customers. Okay, so now we need to create an incentive structure that forces that to come to pass. This is going to be twofold. We're going to have a monetary incentive, and we're also going to make it ridiculously easy for them to do it. So instead of asking them to text some friends or family or neighbors individually, we're going to say, hey, are you in a local neighborhood Facebook page, Facebook group, whatever the case may be? They're probably going to say yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to text you some pictures before and after of the detail we just did for you, alongside a pre-made text, which I have written up in my notes that I just texted them. I'm going to text you the before and afters of your detail today, and I'm also going to text you just a pre-made advertisement. If you post this in a neighborhood Facebook group and people reach out to us, they're going to each get 20% off their service, and I'm going to send you $20 cash, either PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, whatever the case may be. This is affiliate marketing. It's affiliate marketing. You use this person's discount code, you get a discount, and they get a kickback. This is exactly how massive e-commerce companies have scaled their brands, and we're just going to bring that down to the detailing industry for a second, and we're going to leverage that this summer. Because it's going to be very easy for somebody to say yes to throwing a pre-made post up on their Facebook. Not everybody's going to say yes. You're not going to get every single person, but this is going to have a exponentially higher rate of return and doing what you want than if you just said, hey, please refer us out. Okay, that please doesn't work. You need to have a simple, effective way for them to do what you want them to do, and then there needs to be a monetary kickback for them to do it and make it worth their while. This is a $425 detail that we booked literally today off of a customer that we serviced today. She threw something up on Facebook today, and her neighbor called us today. Imagine people see that Facebook post over the span of a week before it starts getting buried. You're going to have 20, 50, hundreds of people, depending on the size of the neighborhood, that view that post. You're only going to need 2, 3, 4, 5 people to reach out and book to make it worth your while. Now, I guess that leaves us with the last question, and that's the initial customers. If you're struggling to get that initial momentum of customers, you're going to go a couple routes. One is Google, and that's going to be either organic or paid marketing. You're going to leverage SEO and beef up your Google business profile like I showed you at the start when I showed you my profile. You're going to beef it up, you're going to focus on reviews, and you're either going to let it start ranking organically on its own so when people search detailing near me, you pop up, or alternatively, you're going to start running paid ads to it, spend like $15, $20 a day on Google. Within the span of a month, you'll get 20 customers. There's your initial network. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just leverage your immediate friends or family network. Speak to people that you already know and use that to kickstart the snowball effect. But this is why the biggest leverage point for me and my company has always been Google, because it's the most reliable and we can continue snowballing that effect by turning every customer into a review, into a repeat customer. Google is where 90% of our customers come from through SEO and then through paid marketing, which is why whenever somebody signs up to work one-on-one with me inside of my coaching program, I give them access to my personal marketing company and we just pay for them to get their first month. And this is why every detailer that I work with and I scale, I give them several months worth of marketing services from my personal marketing company for free, because the Google part of the business is the most important. You are a local home service business. People are actively searching for your line of work every single day. If you're not popping up, I'm sorry, you're failing and you're running far, far behind the rest of the pack in your area. So figure out who is that top dog that pops up when I search detailing near me, and figure out how you can start aggressively attacking them by growing in reviews and beefing up your profile. Look, I'm recording this in February. We've got another 3 months until the official start of summer. Now is the time to act. I don't care if you're up in the north and it's snowing and whatever's going on. Your detailing business starts now, because there are things that you need to do now to get yourself positioned well to arrive where you need to this summer. And like I said, it's totally going to be realistic for you to make 100 grand in the span of 4 or 5 months this summer. That's only an average of like 20,000 a month, give or take. Shoot, maybe you fall short of that and only make 60, 70 grand for the summer. That's a hell of a lot better than the job you're working right now, I guarantee it. So if you want help with any of that as well, there's also a link to just book a call with me in the description. You'll be able to get on that call. We'll go through a plan and kind of see if there's anything in particular that I would direct you to do with your business over the course of the summer. And we can put some plans in place as well if need be to get some marketing live for you and kind of kickstart things. And I really work with detailers anywhere from $3,000 a month. You have to have some level of initial momentum, right? I don't want to just have some beginner who's asking me questions about soap and wash mitts and whatever. You need to have some momentum, $3,000 a month, but we also work with detailers that are already doing 15, 20 grand a month, decently established, and work them up to 50 and scale with vans and teams and so forth. But I hope this video was valuable for you. It was definitely, a bit of a talky, yappy style video. But these are just things that have absolutely crushed it for me over the last couple of years. And I've been giving them to all of my students. I mean, you saw the freaking map earlier. We've got 150 people that I've been working with over the course of the last year. We just crossed 1 year of doing this project. And all of these strategies are like the fundamental that I give to every person. And it skyrockets them even before we run paid ads. So hope you can take this and run with it. This was free value for you, so you probably won't put a load of value on it just because it's free. But I guarantee you, if you actually take this seriously and do the things, you're going to notice tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even 100 grand worth of returns over the next year.